So today I have the pleasure of speaking with Tristan. Tristan, would you like to introduce yourself and your business to the community?
Yeah, my name's Tristan Martin. I run TR Martin Limited, which is an IT services provider for businesses. We've been in operation since 2002. I ran it originally when I was as a side sort of project. In 2017, we pushed into it to full time as I left teaching, and we've been growing over those years. So now we've got one member of staff underneath us as a technician on the team, and yeah, we look after keeping businesses safe and secure and running the correct way.
Amazing. And what made you transition from teaching into where you are now?
I'd always set up the business, as I say, originally when I was at university, and it benefited the teaching because I used to have a couple of clients we worked on ad hoc projects. So it meant I could do various projects right over sort of half terms, summer holidays, which meant when I was teaching, I came to teach with students about real world scenarios. So rather than it being tick sheets of you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do the other, we actually just made it real life situations. So when I'm saying to them, you've got to have success criteria, that's what you're going to be judged on at the end, I would actually add in the extra bit. If you were doing this in the real world and you didn't meet your criteria, they're not going to pay you. So if you want to be paid, you've got to make the criteria not fluffy of it will be a good system. It needs to be clear cut. So I really enjoyed that, picked up huge amounts of skills from teaching, for dealing with people, explaining concepts and things like that. But at the end of it, it started just the red tape. There's so much more about ticking boxes in education, which weren't benefiting the kids. So as I'd always had this project on the side, always had the business on the side, it's like, right, now's the time for a change after 10 years. Let's go for it and give that the push. In 2017, I made the change, left teaching, still loved it, but made the change, pushing my own business, started networking, and it's just been a whirlwind since then, which is absolutely fantastic. I still get to get my teacher fix in because I get to do the 10-minute talks and networking talks and things like that. And I'm not very much about this is my business. It's these are educational points. These are things for you to be aware of. And so I get my teacher fix in still, which keeps me quite happy.
What a brilliant balance as well of your kind of your two biggest professional skills combined into one business.
Yeah, and it is probably one of our sort of more unique points of what's helped us build the relationships we have with our clients and to get clients on is because we will put the technobabble into English. We'll explain it in the way that gets them to understand without overloading with too much information. It's what's relevant and to keep the businesses safe and secure, and yeah, make sure that we just keep the stuff safe.
Yeah, no, completely. And through this huge personal journey as well as a professional one, how do you think you've changed from kind of that teacher uni into the person you are today, who's clearly leading a successful business?
I'd probably say the biggest change has been, I mean, with teaching you have a lot of autonomy because it's your class. You've got to hit your target. You've got to get the kids to achieve. And that's the same very much in business. You've got your targets, you've got your goals to go through. I suppose the biggest difference is in a class, the kids are already there and they're in front of you. When you start your own business, the biggest fear for me was, how do I get clients? Mm-hmm. I had no idea how to market, how to promote. And I was very lucky when I went to one of my first network meetings. I met a VA there who took me under her wing, and she guided me through how to really make the most out of 60 seconds, combining that with my skills, and really took me through how to make, I say, the most of it. And from there, I started being very visible. So I've then gone through various networking groups, and it's just finding that actually sales isn't selling. It's about building those relationships. And that was one of the things I had no idea at the beginning. And to get that sort of tutorage early on, mm-hmm. It was a massive save for me. I wouldn't be at a position without her help. And yeah, that's probably the biggest learning thing we're finding out, is that sales isn't selling. It is building relationships. informing, educating, which of course forms very naturally to what my sort of 10-year previous history was, and what I really like about IT. And then people want to buy. They know what they're trying to get and what it's going to provide for them.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that powerful answer. And I guess this leads seamlessly on to the next question. If you were talking to somebody who was thinking about starting their business, what advice would you give them?
With any business, there's certain foundation things definitely to get into place. Number one, IT. Naturally, I've got to put that there because any business, it underpins the infrastructure, what you're doing. And having the core security and the core right way will save you huge costs later down the line, but it's an essential part. Second thing is get networking. And potentially, when I say second, it might be something you do along the same line or even before you start building the relationships, because that's where you might find the IT person. As you build up that relationship with them, that might be the person there that you want to help get you fully set up. But you'll build the relationships up to find the people with the insurance, to find the people who can help you with business coaching, business mentoring, to find the people who might be able to help take off some of those tasks at the beginning, because that which leads to the third part, I'd say, which is the most thing, don't try and do everything yourself. We're experts at what we do. So we're experts with IT. Mm-hmm. If I was interrupted regularly throughout a day with phone calls, I wouldn't be able to get any of the work done, because every time you have a phone call, you've got you probably take 15 minutes to get back onto track. Get somebody who's dealing with the calls. So we use a call handling company. I'm your PA. They take our calls for us. They can integrate that into our system so we can get what we're dealing with. Get a business coach, business mentor. We're great at what we do, but nobody's trained us on business. Mm-hmm. I did business studies at GCSE. I don't know all the things about how to actually work out what are my most profitable items, how many I need to sell in a particular month to make sure I'm on target to meet tracks. I don't know how to put those things into place. I don't know how to put a long-term plan in to achieve a five-year goal of what do I want to achieve out of it? Do I want to be able to have a month off on holiday? Right. If that's the case, what do I need to put into place? Mm-hmm. Working with a business mentor, a business coach, they will help you do that. So again, find the person you'll link with that. So all of those cases, those would probably be the biggest 3 points. Don't try and do everything yourself. Get some of the specialists in. And get your IT. Make sure you've got a structure to save yourself the cost at the end of transition. You go, oh, actually, I need to get this working right.
No, perfect. Thank you so much for that, again, for powerful advice. And I know someone in our community will really, really benefit from your wise words and those lessons that you've been through.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Speaking of how else you could help, is there any way that the community can get some support from yourselves and set that up for their systems and checking what they've got, etc.?
Absolutely. I mean, behind me, we've got our Zoom banner. We're more than happy if you give a phone call through to ourselves or an email into there. We do an IT health check, which even if there's nothing there, is still useful to have, because it gives that conversation at the beginning to see what is it you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to run it on. It might be that you're starting off with a family laptop, right? How do we secure that sort of down? What do you need to do to it? What are the core essentials you need from an IT point of? These are essential. These are nice to haves. These are something you might not even know that exists. And that's the way we break it down. And we do that IT health check when they come in as a referral. So if you've come through watching your video, there's no charge for that at all.
No, thank you so much. And thank you so much. It's really appreciated that you're so happy to help people in the community. And then my last question really is, looking back on your journey, can you sum it up in kind of 5 words or a short sentence?
It's been a whirlwind. It's been fun. Even with COVID, it's still made it absolutely, it's been great. It's you got to enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, you shouldn't be doing it. You've got to enjoy every day.
Love it. Thank you so much. Well, that wraps up the interview. Great job.